What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be installing the JL Designs taillight with integrated turn signals on the Aprilia RS457. This install is going to be super easy because Aprilia made it easy with the RS457. Let's get started. Okay, first step, insert the key underneath the tail, turn it, and with it remove passenger seat and then just pull the rider seat. Next step, with a 6mm hex, start removing these bolts. Now if this is the first time you're removing them, they might be a little bit too hard to remove because from factory I believe they also use some red Loctite, but once you get all these loose you'll be able to remove them all. That's one, and then remove the rest. Next, with a 4mm hex, we're going to remove one here and one bolt here, both 4mm. One, two. That's one, and then remove the other one there. Last but not least, I'm going to remove this center Torx screw in there. That's a T25. Unbolt that. There you go. And just like that, the cover is off. Next step, with the same T25, we're going to be removing one here and one here that attaches directly to the OEM taillight. That's one. That's two. That's two. Next step, I do recommend to remove this 4mm hex that attaches to the left fairing, one here and one from the other side right here. You don't necessarily need to remove them, but by removing them you'll give more wiggle room for the side fairing to be unclipped. Now that these two bolts are removed, we'll have more wiggle room for the side fairing to be unclipped. There's a clip inside there that you can't really see it, but all you need to do is grab the fairing carefully and just pull it off like this. That's where the clip goes, right there, over here, and here. And you can repeat the same thing for the right fairing, just like that. And now we have all the space we need to remove the taillight. Next, we'll have to remove the two T25 Torx, one here and one here, which we'll get to them under the fairing over here, right there, one there, and one from the other side. It will help if you have a stubby ratchet with a T25. So with a stubby, you can go in here and start unscrewing all the way. Once you unscrew it with a ratchet, you're gonna have to take only the T25 bit and place it here and start unscrewing it by hand until you remove it completely. And then with your hand, just grab it and remove it. Just make sure to keep the spacer that I just dropped. Here's the spacer, and then remove the other side too. Now that all the screws are removed, all you need to do is unclip the light connector. There you go. And the light should be loose and able to be removed. You can grab from the rear here and just pull it like that. And just like that, the light is out. Okay, now that we have both lights side by side, I want to show you two things. One, this clips over here, 1, 2, 3, will have to be removed and transferred here, 1, 2, 3. Also, these two rubber grommets over here and over here will have to be transferred here and here. But the other thing I want to show you is that this taillight technically is a different part number than the taillight of the RS660 and the RSV4, which means that essentially the JL Designs is not a direct fit to the RS457. And if you notice here, you have an extra lip over here, one here and one there, which you don't have the RS457 Lite. Now that's the main difference. That's okay because we don't need this anyway. We're not going to be utilizing them. But the other difference is that these two here, 1 and 2, are a little bit shorter than these, which means they won't align directly to the 2 screws that will need to be screwed in. But I'll show you what the solution is and how you can make this fit. Now let's transfer the clips and the rubber grommets to the JL Designs Lite. Okay, the clips and rubber grommets are transferred. You may need a pick to remove them. The center one was a little trickier compared to the side ones, and I was able to remove the pick and reinsert them here, plus the rubber grommets. So now the Lite is ready to be installed. Okay, so the JL Designs Lite is in place. It's just not secured yet because I need to show you a few things. One, the cables will go under here all the way straight down. But I want to show you what does not align. See this part over here? Okay, one here and one here. So on this side, I removed the clip so you can have a better visual. So when I press the light in right here, you will see that the left does not align properly. You can see here on the right that even if I push it all the way in, it just doesn't align right here. So basically these 2 screws cannot be reinserted, but all the other screws, the fairing screws here, the center screw and everything align. So we're going to secure all the screws and I'll show you how you can secure these 2 spots. Okay, so basically I placed the Lite over here, then I buckled the side fairings back in place with those clips, and I even added these 4mm bolts over here, one here and one from the other side, only to keep everything kind of secure in place, but I have not tightened anything yet. I've aligned everything here in the rear. Everything looks fine. And before I did all that, I placed some safety wire in here and right there. Now the safety wire, I'm keeping it here, and I will leave this last. I will tighten all these bolts first, and once everything's tightened down, I will tighten these wires here. Okay, now again with the T25 Torx, just tighten these here, one over here, and one here. Just hand tight for now until we align everything, and also tighten these 4mm screws here for the side fairing. Everything's in place, and we're going to safety wire these. Okay, so I safety wired the one, and then I'll cut this in a little bit, and I'll do my best to show you one-handed how to safety wire this. If you have a safety wire pliers, basically you pull this like this. Okay, this is very difficult one-handed. There you go. Twist about 7 times. Now if you don't have safety wire or a safety wire pliers to make your life easier, you can always use zip ties too. Both will work. Okay, this one is cut and I left it a little longer so I can tuck it underneath because I don't want any sharp objects around the cables. So I'll do the same thing for here. I'll cut it somewhere about here, right there, and we can tuck this under here, right there. Okay, perfect. So both are secure right now, and this is not moving at all. Plus, once we place everything on top, we'll put this screw over here, which will keep it even more secure. Okay, next step will be to connect the taillight connector back again, but this is why I like JL Designs. They're actually including this harness inside for the turn signals and for the future license plate light, because as you noticed, I don't have a fender. So inside the fender, the stock fender, there will be a harness that you could technically utilize to reconnect the taillight, but instead of doing that, what JL Designs did, they included a harness just in case you threw away your OEM fender, because if that's what happened, then you won't be able to connect your light. Now you can with this harness. Okay, so the harness is connected. You will basically connect the harness right here, where you disconnect the turn signal connectors from the OEM fender, and then you match the yellow to the yellow and then blue to the blue. You leave this unplugged. This is for the future JL Designs fender eliminator license plate bracket. So all we have to do now is tuck all the cables in and replace everything. Okay, once all the cables are tucked underneath, we're going to place the cover again back up. I did insert this 2 4mm bolts here just to keep this secure and align it with the final screw right here. That's the last and third screw that will tighten on the light and do the final securement on it. I'm going to place the T25 Torx right here and tighten it right on the taillight. Use the ratchet and tighten, just do 1/8 of a turn, just enough to go too much because it can strip it, and it's perfect in place. Taillight is secure, matching perfectly. We're gonna do a test right now, turn it on, check the turn signals. But before we do that, we need to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts and the seat. All right guys, tail light is installed. Let's turn it on and see how it looks. This is off. Okay, light on. Do a close up. Wow, it looks beautiful, guys. Who would know? Taillight with integrated turn signals on the RS457. Let's test the turn signal. Let's do the left. Perfect. You can see from the side too. Let's test the right. Amazing. Okay, let's test the brake. Okay, this will be a little tricky because I have to extend my foot to brake it. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, install is complete and the taillight looks amazing. Guys, there's a limited number of taillights, so if you want one, make sure you go on JL Design's website and place your order. Also on checkout, make sure you put coupon code ALFAVITAGA and you will receive 10% off. Guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.